No. Yes, people. Yeah, man. Yeah. Now, here I am again in a place that I'm calling Russell Pen in St. Catherine. And we are here. I'm here today. I want to do this video in the bushes, in the forests of Russell Pen. Now, I want you all to take a look at this tree. In the Amazon, them call this tree a kapok tree. Kapok tree, but in Jamaica we call it a cotton tree. Now, this tree is about, all right, I want to carry down the video more and more. It's a huge tree. It's about 70 years old. 70 years old, and this is one of the trees all over Jamaica where them usually hang the slave them pan. And hanging the slave them on these trees all over St. Thomas and Portland and Westmoreland, them usually hang the slave on them tree, alright? And these trees also we use when we are doing our spell work, or we want to call it then Obeah. And everyone uses different techniques. You understand? Some will use the fire and the cotton tree. Yeah, man, and some Obeah man say them rate this kind of magic. Some say it's too slow. So, you know, some of them would rather buy the candle, you know, the candle with the writing up, you know, the cracker buckle, and do them spell. Well, anyway, you know, really and truly, I know what you do. And as a skilled carpenter and a skilled tradesman, you're going to use what you have. That's what I'm saying. And you're going to use what you have to bring out the perfection in the job that you are really doing. Well, I know me really like a bush them, you know. There's just something about the forest where it's like me not really like mix with people some of the time. We just like walk the bush them. We don't have so much insect and courage, you know. They kind of wish them if you scratch you and messed up your body and all them things. But I love these scenes. I love these scenes. Now, really and truly, now, if you are, as I'm saying, there's different folk for different strokes. And if you are doing a certain kind of magic, you have certain kind of magic where you use 3 nails, right? So when you're nailing, you're knotting on the nail. And when you cast a spell by nailing the nail, then you find out that now all things connected. All things connected in nature. You understand me? The sun in harmony with the moon. The sun is the husband, the moon is the wife. And so that what really happened now is like now the sun sucked the vapor from the earth and give it back to the moon, and the moon would cause the moist upon the earth. So they work in accordion, you know, in togetherness. They work accordingly together. Now in conjo, you find that now if you are sick, right? If you are sick, you can cast a spell by knotting some black thread to a nail and nail it in the rising of the sun, and you can heal yourself. But if you strike that nail to the west, then you will be casting a spell of destruction. That's what I'm saying. No, this tree is about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and about 100 feet tall. About 100 feet tall, and this is about 70 years old. Call this about an 80-year-old cotton tree. Now, This tree can work, and it has been done all the time. People work very powerful conjure with this tree. Sometimes they use a pigeon and nail it up on the tree. Yeah man, so the old mother woman them and the bongo them in the past, and the 71, the 69 and the 71, I think the 72 them usually have, you know, them start, you know, those Pocomania people have techniques how to do the cotton tree spell. So in regard of the spell can be really, the result of it can be really very successful in terms of like a court case. You know, you want a woman, but you know, the Jamaicans, and they have it to say that there are spirits living in these trees. Now you have another tree again, but it is not here. They call it the fig tree. So what had happened now, people know, I'm going to find the fig tree one of these days in one of my videos. And people often nail their spell in the fig tree because they said no, that angels, it is a Jamaican lore. You know, I'm not really emphasizing if it is lie or if it is true. It's just that the older Obeah man them, you know, kind of like talk about the fig tree, that the different spirits come down on the fig tree at different hours of the night. But this cotton tree, I like the cotton tree style because this is one of the style that when I was in trouble like 1997, 98, this was one of my first spell, under fire spell that really helped me through my times of trouble when I was taken to the first hardcore Obeah man by the name of Obadiah Stevenson. Now, I am proud to say that I never knew that the same spell that had taken me from prison, that helped me that, help me to evade a prison time, that main spell would be one of my main and favorite spell in order to nail that spell in, a tree. Now, as for me, you know that there are many trees that the people in Jamaica use. You can also use a black pear tree. I use black pear tree and palm tree, and I also use a black mango tree. Now, these here, as you see, we are here from Africa. And when the slave master in the time of slavery committing havoc upon the different slaves all over the world, Antigua, Jamaica, Guyana, African spirituality are some of the things. This is what we have done. The things that have occurred, that we have to get down to business, and we have to do what we have to do by working conjure to kill slave master. That's what I'm saying. Hurt them, literally inflict terrible wound upon them, because we were beaten and abused. Man and woman was raped. Our wife and mothers and daughters were taken from us right across Jamaica and the island. So, brother, let me tell you something. There's a lot of people today talking about this and that, and like science and Obeah, and this and that, everything on Obeah. Let me tell you something, bro. This is not science and Obeah. It is African spirituality. It is the power that we have from Africa. You see what I'm saying? No, when the slave them come to Jamaica, you understand? There were chains carried all over the place. Now what they did to the slave them, you see what I'm saying? What they cut a piece of crook stick like that. A piece of crook stick like that. That crook stick right there. And they would put the slave neck into the crook stick as if they are animals. And they would line them up. Hands and feet are in shackles. You see what I'm saying? Beaten. Many times a man the men oftenly heard the screams of the slave master. Big dick entering to their girlfriend. Tight pum pum. And because of that, you see the crook tick? This was what the slave them neck lies in, right there, so. You understand? Now, for hundreds and hundreds of years, we were deprived proper health care. Yes, and our currency was taken from us. Our freedom, our joy, our happiness. You see what I'm saying? Was taken from us right across Jamaica by the cruel and the wickedness of the European vampires who think that they are the creator, but they came from some people by the name of the Elohim. You see what I'm saying? No. We have to rise up. In America, voodoo queen like Mary Lava, you know, and all over Jamaica like Nanny and Kojo and the whole of them because we have to use the best thing we had that the ancestors taught us. It was conjure. In order to evade the brutal beating and the rape and the manipulation of these slave master. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now, when we come across into the Caribbean, right? And we were here in the Caribbean, okay? Hundreds and thousands of us, Sam Sharp Square in Montego Bay, was beaten and hung because they rebelled. And it's the same thing happened in Gaza today because of capitalism and slavery, geopolitics, because the people, there is no law and order. Europeans, they have been saying that anything them say have to go because that is the world's base order, and anybody try to revolt or to revolt and to be stubborn against what any European country say, them call them terrorists. People, let me tell you something, you see? Let me tell you something. Africans, you see, are some of the blessed people, some of the most blessed people in the face of the world. We have been all over moon, Atlantis, 10,000 years before 10,000 years before the flood. It was the people of the melanin people, African, were all over the place. Now, people, this is what we were killed and beaten for. Freedom to see, to eat the jackfruit, to smell the fresh air. We ask for nothing more in life than honest and peaceful living. I mean, other than those who break the law and have to bear the consequences, you know. But this is what we want, freedom. This is what we want. But then again, because of the evil and anarchy bloodline that is inside of the Europeans, you see what I'm saying? So that they could go to Australia, kill 5 million, and the Atlantic slave trade coming all over from Europe to Jamaica and all over the world, that even the very slave would be poisoned by rotten food and food which was not properly preserved. And it's just a pity that Jamaicans do not know their history. No, a lot of this that you see here, no, African, the word voodoo derives from the Latin word, I think, voodoo. Voodoo. And voodoo means spirits. So when the slave were here, coming, the slaves were all over Jamaica. And when them come on the ship, right? Come all over Jamaica. Remember now, you know, the Romans and the Greek and the French and the Americans. These guys, their agenda was to slave and to destroy. And their agenda was to build a financial machine, an industrial machine. And they could not build that industrial machine because that industrial financial machine have to come through forced labor. Forced labor. Can you imagine when somebody have to force you for 300 and 400 years? You understand me? Male have been abused and raped. Women have been sexually abused. Your daughter. And rape. Your child have to be beaten day upon day, week upon week, months upon months for 300, 400, 500 years. We don't deserve this. We definitely don't deserve them kind of living. We definitely do not deserve what the Europeans did to us. So what had happened now is that now, I have to say now, the Europeans now was not the only person in fault or to be blamed. But our own people in Africa caught us like rabbits and sell us to the Europeans. You understand me? So we cannot blame the European for everything, though it is the cause by the white Jews, the white Jewish merchant, white Jewish merchant who came, and these merchants would come, and what they would do with Christopher Columbus, them want to kill and to destroy, and so they did. You know? So these are some of the things that we, Jamaican, do not know where we're coming from. You see what I'm saying? We're going to know that we are into a world with video camera technology, and we don't care a FUC about nobody. You see what I'm saying? And then we would be bribed. We would be bribed all over the world. And our country can be eradicated by the descendants of the alien and the Elohims, the gods that created. You see what I'm saying? The human beings, not the earth. Human beings, not the earth. You see what I'm saying? These gods never created the earth. They never have the power to create the earth, but they have the power to create human beings and manipulate us. Having us down here chopping up, killing. You see what I'm saying? And talking about heaven and hell and God and the devil and all of them things there. And fooling us. We are a damn fool. You see what I'm saying? The things that they have taught us, beat us, treat us like pit bulls in the back of the yard. No, these are what the Europeans did to us and call our African spirituality science and Obeah. Them call it science and Obeah because it had so much power. You see what I'm saying? Now, over Africa and all over the world, you have different techniques and kind of African spirituality. There is another one by the name of the Convince and the Kumina. I've never really naturally stand in the midst, but I mean by just watching and watching TV, and I, have different spiritual leaders who really taught me, some good, brothers in the faith. You see what I'm saying? Nice, spiritual, people who really teach me conjure. And they would be explaining to me, they would explain to me and tell me, say, yo, the people, they come in and they convinced that they would run up on the tree, all up on the bow up there, so them a dance, and I come down like a lizard. No, that is the power of the African people that they demonize. Oh, we are Obeah worker. You see what I'm saying? And we fill with demons and we demon possess. And we want to be born again when nothing at all wrong with the people them. No, Mother Earth, Mother Nature. That is why I am an atheist and I do not believe in the Bible God. We Constantine of Rome, we come from beyond the ice wall, and King James and Isabella and Ferdinand. I don't believe in nothing according to save my soul, because it was our African spirituality, it was our African history, our African court. You see what I'm saying? The 43 commandments that them write in them Bible, you know what I'm saying? And say, God say, tell Moses, say, look, a 10 commandment. All of those are Ponzi scheme from the European vampires, bloodsuckers, who deprive us of our power, our birthright. Those are the ones that created the AIDS. Those are the ones that created the chikungunya. Those are the ones that created the COVID-19 to destroy black people. To destroy black people. Destroy black people. It is so beautiful down here. So wonderful and nice. Destroy black people. Destroy black people. Destroy black people. Now, back to this tree. Now, these are some of the trees that they usually hang the slave them pan. You see what I'm saying? The kapok tree in the Amazon. So now when we are doing conjure with this tree, sometimes because of the drive, I have to drive like 12 o'clock at nights. And I have to throw, after I nail what I'm nailing up there. Nail what I'm nailing up there, the spell that I put together, then I nail it with 5 nails. Then I have to light a white candle down there and pay the tree and the spirit with some rum. And when you do that, you find out that I am different though. A lot of people just do that alone, but I do a lot of things, Crossroad, pay the spirit of the crossroad also. Because there are many departments of spirituality. You have you have voodoo. Voodoo is like they work with a Hogan and a high priest. Obeah man work as a single man, where he can work in a team. You see what I'm saying? And witches work like in 13 and 15, which is covens. And you have some witches that work single. the work are not together. You see what I'm saying? It is wonderful down here. Beautiful, very nice and cool down here. Yeah, so really and truly now, when it come on to these kind of spell, a lot of people would say, hey, this is weak magic. But you know what? In this world, strong magic work, swift magic work, and also a magic that take a little time, because a lot of people sometimes expect that a magic or science will be be like so bam. No man, sometimes it take 5 days. Sometimes it take 7 days. Sometimes it take 9 days. And in the 9-day period, hell broke loose, brother. Hell broke loose. And the normal things happen sometime. I mean, when a magician who really know where him do, is what I'm saying, and get him thing together. And when him go like so, radam! You see what I say? Trust me, things connect like a cannon. You see what I'm saying? Now a lot of people attack this. You know what I would like to elaborate on? I would like, you see? All right. I would like to emphasize on this point. Now, when the British and the French came to Jamaica, the French in Haiti and the British was in Jamaica. The Spanish first, and the British came and run away the Spanish from Jamaica. You find that there was a time when the people was running, and these people have to run because on foot there were horses and rifles and dogs to catch them. Now, it is so interesting, but what I'm going to do from time to time, when I get my car or my truck, I have to want to go all around Jamaica and interview people. I want to interact with different people on the topic here of this African spirituality. I'm going to make this thing so wider in Jamaica from time to time. I'm going to make it my responsibility to do these videos right around Jamaica. I kind of like it. I kind of like the style. As soon as my car, up and my truck up and running, every time I come down, from the US, I will be going through the island to interview different people on this topic of African spirituality. Now, what is going on now in Jamaica now is not a good thing. You cannot even in enough form of argument with nobody right now in Jamaica. Brother, I'm telling you, if you don't know what you're doing and you're in any form of argument with anyone, and you see them run off and say, boy, you know what? Just stand up, me soon come. You have to be careful. We have to be careful where we do. And, brother, listen to me now. Don't be a fool. A lot of people talk like say now, listen to me now, because you can do wanga or science and Obeah, you can't dead. Anybody dead, man. Anybody dead. Anybody can dead, man. Because the gunpowder is a matter of mechanical science. It's an explosion of iron and metal come together in a very mechanical way. The people then put in they create a gun, and a gun explode and hurt and kill us as human beings. So look now. I would advise people, it's really difficult in every field. It is, because a lot of Obeah man them are overcharge people too much. Them no straight. Them are thief. Them no straight. Them are thief. And the thing is when we can't understand it, some of them now, because They are robbers, just like in you see, people, you can't get away in a life. You can't get away from the system. That's why I not believe in the God where they give away. Me believe in a gods. Earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, the atoms of the great universe. That is God. Too much people are preach God, God, God. Them are Godanize everything. Too holy and sanctimonious, and you see what I'm saying? God, no. Me no see God work none at all. Me no see God stop crime and violence in the earth. You understand me? Look on the roads, look on the tax right over Jamaica. You paying tax and all them thing there. And the more tax you pay in Jamaica in the country, the more you can drive. The patrol them all like 10, 12 feet. 10, 12 inches, 9 inches in the road. Everybody is just digging, robbing, filling their offshore bank account in Swiss and in the Cayman Islands and in different countries. Nobody to judge the rich. It's just the poor suffering. No one to judge the rich. No one to stand up for the poor people. Everybody just want to rob, to tax, and to kill the poor people. People can't even sell on the street. Sometimes the taxi man them can't even drive in peace, though a lot of them are lawbreakers, unruly drivers will cause a lot of accident out there on the street. And you have to give Caesar what Caesar is to be due. You have to give Caesar what you forget. And as the scripture says, God will forget too. You see what I'm saying? So I would advise every wise man. You see, if you can get a spiritual God, if you can get a person to create a seals and a talisman to protect you from accident, to protect you from the bullet, to protect you from dangerous and evil men, these seals and talisman can protect you till the end of your life. Let me tell you something. We have to be smart. We all have a purpose here. We have to be smart. When the eagle wants food, the eagle knows where to go get food. In the time of storms, the bird and the eagles and the animal know how to find and get protection. But because we are Europeanized, because we have been pressed on like a gas pedal in the time of slavery until now, because we have been separated and treated like dogs and animals and monkey and fowl and bird in a cage, because there are no respect for us as Africans. You see what I'm saying? We give up hope. We give up many times. We give up hope so much, because there are so much, and there are so much you can take, and there are so much you can't take. And there is a time when you have to snap and say, enough is enough. You got to do something. Wife no come so, woman no come so, your baby no come so like bam in a 1 month. And you have some people just want to kill your wife, your husband, your children, your family, like in the twinkling of an eye. Just want to destroy them. You see this one God thing with them give away? It no cut it none at all. One God thing no protect people. Because the one God thing never true from morning. The one God thing never real. That's the Pope hypothesis. That's the Pope and King James with Shakespeare and 47 scholars who them curve that Bible, that sweet piece of literature, make you go to church and jump up and read this blah, booza, boomba, this and that kind of thing. Them thing there can't protect you. Can't protect you. These things cannot protect you today. Let me tell you something. You have to pray to the universe. The universe which is righteous and pure. You see what I'm saying? I mean, a tree can break and kill you. The water can still kill you. Fire burns. But that is my God. That is what I believe in. The universe, the element, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit. I do not believe in no being or no one who go around and kill innocent people, shed blood and murder people for no reason whatsoever at all. I am not a part of no religion. None of them will go around and think them can murder people and kill people. You understand? I think you can defend yourself. You can kill someone in self-defense. You see what I'm saying? Because you have a right to defend yourself. You see what I mean? I say? And it better 6 man or 12 man try you upon the jury than 6 man carry you to your grave. You see what I say? No, ladies and gentlemen. No, it is so hard to find a magician. It is so hard today. But don't give up hope. The God taught. The God taught. And from his father, when Jehovah God, by the name of Enlil, created us as human, and when Jehovah God wanted to murder all the humans, because the humans and the Ijiji was having sex with other descendants of different Anunnakis, aliens and reptilians across the world, long before the flood, 15 or 14,000 years ago. Let me tell you something. Jehovah God summoned Una the Pishtim, the same one, Una the Pishtim, his name is Noah. And in another story again, the Epic of Gilgamesh and the Acharasis and the 7 tablets of creation, his name is the Acharasis. Acharasis in one epic, Una the Pishtim in another epic, and the Bible call him Noah. Brother, let me tell you something. Jehovah God, because of the Gigi, they all were male and never had sex. Jehovah God poisoned off all of the food. Curse the earth where the Gigi was and the humans in that time, and no food at all, nothing grow. Everything dead off. And there was a great famine, and the people them have to name them dead body. People have to name dead people to survive. This is what the gods them did to us. But look here, there is a two-way street. There is a two-edged sword with the God. Because we are human beings here and we need protection. You see what I'm saying? That still doesn't give the white people them to create one God with no power. And they take the 33 degree and all the African history and the words of power, incantation, and all the African history, and they give us whitewash, remix Bible that is full or filled with lies and corruption, with our African history, our African roots, African quote, African everything. They revise it and print it and give in one thing named the Bible. You see what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta go right now. You have a great day, okay?